Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another video. If you're new here, hi, my name is Ntwaniengomane. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back and welcome to this week's video. Guys, we are sitting on 7,950 something subs. So if you're watching this video, you have not subscribed. We are so close to 8,000 subscribers after 4 years of this channel. Please do click the subscribe button. It is absolutely free and you'll be helping us grow and reach more and more audiences as you watch. I really just want to take the opportunity to just thank each and every one of you guys, all 7,000 of you guys and a bit, who have subscribed to this channel and who have constantly engaged with me on this channel. It absolutely means so much to know that, you know, there are people on the other side who actually enjoy the content. And quite frankly, I was looking at all the comments that have been on my videos, well, the ones that I haven't answered on my prior videos, and I decided to actually just do a sit down sort of not Q&A, but a sit down like answer of those questions, because I realized that people will come across my older videos now and they will watch them and they will have questions or leave questions in the comments, but because it's an old video, I don't always like go back to like answer more recent questions that are coming up from people who are watching the video more recently. So I decided to actually just do this video today where I will sit and I will go through some of the questions that were posted on various videos on the channel by people who have watched them recently. So that's what I'm gonna do today. And that's what today's video is going to be about. So I've selected a few of them because it's quite a lot. I've selected a few just so I'm able to, you know, give in-depth answers and go through them as thoroughly as I can. It was not possible for you to get accommodation in the UK while you're still in South Africa. So it was possible for me to get accommodation here while I was still in SA, but I didn't want to. I didn't want to because I would rather come here and see the place for myself, and then be satisfied with how the place looks, be satisfied with, you know, the amenities of the building, rather than paying such a huge amount of money while I'm still in South Africa in the hopes that this place looks like what I've seen in pictures. So there's a lot of like these scams going around in the UK where you will be shown a very beautiful place, apartment with all these gyms and all these things, but when you actually get there, it's not what it looks like in the picture. So for me, it was possible for me to get a place while I was still in South Africa, but I didn't want to because I wanted to physically view the place, and also just make sure it's close to like the tube line, it's close to like grocery stores and all of that. Just also make sure it's safe. Is it possible to be in the UK but still be able to use your South African bank account? For instance, they have a bond and they would like to pay for their bond while they are in the UK. It is possible for you to be in the UK and still have your South African account and still be able to pay all your bills and debit orders in South Africa. I have that as well. I use an app called Wise. If Wise is watching this, I would really appreciate a sponsor, and I would really like to work with Wise because I love their platform. So I work with Wise. I'll try to leave a link in the description box if you guys want to try it out as well. It will probably be an affiliate link because they do run an affiliate program. So I will just leave the link down below. I use Wise to like transfer my money from the UK into South Africa, into my South African bank account, and then from there my debit orders will go off. It really doesn't take a long time. Like it probably takes like a day or two for the money to transfer from here to South Africa. There is a fee that they charge you, but I found that Wise has the lowest fees of all the other service providers that I've compared, including my own bank, because you can also transfer with your bank. The one other thing about Wise that I really like is that they log in the exchange rate for you. So at the time when you initiate the transaction, they will log in the exchange rate for you for up to 24 hours. I could be wrong, but I think it's up to 24 hours. So then, you know, if you're still making up your mind that should I send it, should I not, should I wait, you have 24 hours of locked in exchange rate, and you're able to see at what exchange rate your money is going to be transferred at, and if you don't like it, you can just always wait in the hopes that the exchange rate will go up. So that's what I use. So it's definitely possible for you to pay your bills in South Africa while you are in the UK by using services like Wise. If Wise is watching, holler at me. Ntwanie, can you please do a video chat about what do you do as a CA in real estate? Any plans studying further? What would you study further, or rather recommend for a CA in real estate? Thank you in advance. So the first part of this question is, what do I do as a CA in real estate? And it's so funny because I was actually speaking to one student yesterday, and she was asking me, what kind of jobs do CAs do? And what I do as a CA in real estate, I must say that I'm an auditor within a real estate division. So I audit like real estate investment trusts, I audit real estate management companies, I audit property investment companies, quite a lot. But there are so many jobs that you can do as a CA within the broader real estate industry. So I just happen to be on the audit side of it, but you can also be like a financial manager for a REIT. You can also be a CFO for a property investment company, construction company, property development, and all of that. So I was actually speaking to the student yesterday, and I was telling her, of the 4 disciplines that you do in school, be it accounting, audit, tax, and financial management, you can work as a chartered accountant in any of those 4 fields within a real estate industry. I've also seen that quite a few people that I know are also involved in the real estate finance side of things. So, like financing development deals, financing commercial property investments, people who will structure your mezzanine finances, people who will provide finance to like real estate companies or real estate investment companies. So for me, what I do specifically to me is I audit these real estate investment companies, a lot of REITs, a lot of property management companies, a lot of construction companies that own various types of properties like student accommodations, residential properties like this one that I'm in right now, commercial properties, and all of those things. And then any plans to study further, and what would you study further, or what would I recommend a CA to study further? For me, my stance on this has always been, at this point, I am not planning to study further. Like right now, I do not have plans to go and enroll for an MBA or whatever, because I'm still trying to figure out my own path. And one piece of advice that I've heard before, that I've actually thought about, and it makes sense to me, is that we are taught from school to go and study, and then when you've studied, you will get a job. So a lot of people tend to use that narrative. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, but for me, it felt pointless for me to go and study a certain course right now in the hopes that I will get the job, which I don't even know if I will enjoy or if I want to do. So for me, the philosophy is, I want to find something that I want to do, that I enjoy doing, and then I will study in that thing. So let's say, for example, I figure out, actually I like IT, like I want to be involved in let's say IT audit or something like that. Before I can go and enroll for a course in IT audit, I would rather go and work in the IT audit division and then see if I like it. And then if I like it, I will then upskill myself in that. So for me, I can't recommend you to go study an MBA, to go do a master's in whatever, because it really depends, what do you like and what do you want to grow in. So yeah, I've stayed away from the philosophy of studying something and then in the hopes that I will get a job. I would rather get the job first, see if I like it, and then I will upskill in that thing. So yeah, but if you want to be in real estate, I think industry knowledge is key. So be in an environment where you are learning about the trends in the real estate industry, like what's happening with the yields, what's happening with the market values, what's happening with the rentals, the rent-free periods, all of those things. Like, it's just industry knowledge that regardless of where you work in real estate, in whatever job you do, those are industry insights that you will need to have. Yo, that was deep. How have you managed your spiritual life in the UK? Do you have a church you go to? Yeah, this one has been a bit difficult. I feel like generally for me in my life, ever since I left home when I was going to uni to study, I've always struggled with finding a church. I've always struggled with being planted. I really love my church back home, and I like the way we do things. I like, I'm familiar with the people, the processes. I was serving at the church. I was happy. But obviously, I had to go out of town to go to like Pretoria to study. And ever since my first year of uni, I've just always struggled with finding a church. And consequently as well, here in the UK, I have struggled again with finding a church to be planted in. So what I ended up doing is I ended up joining Elevation Church online. So that is where I go currently. I attend church online every Sunday. But obviously, from a spiritual point of view, you need more than just church. You also need like that physical interaction with other believers. So what I do is I attend cell group with one of the churches here. I don't go to the church on Sunday. I'm not like a member of the church, but I do attend the cell groups, and I really love them. And I really love the ladies that form part of the cell group. We're like a little like well-knit family. We come together, we pray, we share the word, we have dinner together every Wednesday. So for me, that's how I've sort of merged between being in a church, but also being in church online, but also having the physicality, the coming together of the saints. So yeah, I do not have a church in the UK that I physically go to, but I've been to like Hillsong, which was really great, but I just felt like it's so big that I just feel like I'm just another member. Like I'm just another person who's working in and out of the church. It just felt like so overwhelming. Yeah. How do I apply for assistant manager role in the UK? Is it only via recruitment agencies, or is there another way? You can definitely apply on the company's website. I know for sure right now all the audit firms are hiring in their audit divisions. So if you are looking for an assistant manager role, go onto the KPMG site, PWs, EY, Deloitte, BDO, GT, RSM. I feel like audit in the UK right now is just a scarce skill. So if you check out their website, you don't have to go through a recruitment agency. You can just check their website and apply from there as well. That's one way. The recruitment agency is also an option, of course. The third way, which I have found to be also much more efficient, is that if you know somebody in the firm that you want to apply to, you can ask them for a referral, so they can like take your CV, put you onto the system, and then refer you directly to the hiring manager. That's a third way. What is the standard time for you to stay at your audit firm to cover your sponsorship of helping you go over? How many years do you have to stay in audit, and will you eventually move over into advisory or industry? I laugh at the last part because I feel like I'm still figuring it out. But let's break this down, right? What is the standard time for you at your audit firm to cover your sponsorship? So in my current firm, to cover the sponsorship, to cover the visa costs that they paid on my behalf, and to cover the relocation costs, because it's two different things, right? So to cover those two things, I have to be in service for 2 years. So for my firm, it's 2 years. For other firms, it's different. I don't know how it works for other firms, but where I'm at, it's 2 years. I know though that if you move, let's say right now I move from firm A to firm B while I'm already in the UK, it might not be 2 years because they wouldn't have incurred the relocation cost. There's no need for me to relocate. It's just gonna be the visa costs, and so they might reduce that period to a year for somebody in those kinds of circumstances. But if you are relocating from a different country and they have to help you with the relocation cost, it might be more than a year. It could be 2 years, 18 months, depending on what your contract is. So do read your contract, guys. It is in there. They do state it. How many years do you have to stay in audit? Of course, like I said, 2 years if you don't want to pay back any money on that relocation or the visa cost. Of course, you can leave within 2 years, and you will pay, you know, a certain portion or 100%, whatever the terms of the agreement is. Will I eventually move over into advisory or industry? This is such an overwhelming question. I don't know. I think I know I want to make a move out of audit, but what I'm still trying to figure out and answer for myself is what or where or in what direction that move is going to be. So I don't know if it's going to be in industry. I don't know if it's going to be in advisory. I don't know if it's going to be in entrepreneurship. I don't know if it's going to be in tech, but I do know it's time for change, but I haven't figured out in which direction that change needs to happen. So that's sort of where I'm at right now with my career. Please do a video on how to leave audit after moving to the UK. Going to the UK sounds cool, but to be in audit even longer sounds dreadful. I 100% agree. Listen, if you know you don't like audit, moving to the UK or wherever else in audit is not going to do you any favor. Like I just said in the previous question, there is a clawback, so you would have to spend, you know, a certain amount of time in audit if you don't want to pay back the relocation money and the visa cost. So if you weighing up, like, think long and hard about it. Obviously, I'm not discouraging you to not do it, but I'm saying know what you're getting yourself into before you do. Now, coming into the actual thing, like, do a video on how to leave audit after moving to the UK. I feel like I'm still within the process. I can't do a video of, you know, something I haven't figured out yet. I'm still within the process. I'm still trying to leave audit or make the transition out of audit. So, but what I've been doing, like I said, I probably said this in a prior video, like I have a career journal where I'm journaling everything that I'm doing so that I have a trail for, you know, to share with you guys whenever that process comes to fruition. So I don't know how to do it. There's so many variables and so many factors, and maybe this is a whole completely different video, but I will try to document everything that I'm doing, all the, you know, actions that I'm taking. I'll share with you guys in due time. The next question is, why do you bite your tongue? And I've gotten this question often, like, especially on the vlogs. People are like, I noticed you bite your tongue. Like, why do you do that? Guys, I don't know. It's an unconscious thing that happens when I'm busy and when my mind is engaged and when I'm not speaking. Yeah, I don't know. It's I don't even know if it's a habit. I don't know. I don't think it's inherited. It could be because my mom also does it. I do it, but my brothers don't do it. So it could be inherited in a way or passed down to me from my mother. I don't know. Like, my whole life I've grown up chewing my tongue. It's not necessarily like biting on it, it's like chewing on it. But I've noticed that I do it when I'm focused on something and I'm not speaking, which is most likely happening, you know, in my vlogs when I'm not speaking on the camera. But yeah, I don't know, guys. It's an unconscious thing that happens. It's like breathing. Like, you don't think about breathing, you just do it. Next question. Do you go back to South Africa every year? Did you financially immigrate out of SA, or do you still pay tax or submit tax returns? I do go back to South Africa every year. This year I've tried, this year I'm actually gonna be going to South Africa twice. So I've been there before. I'm still gonna go back, obviously, for the Christmas holidays. As for, did I financially immigrate? No, I have not financially immigrated out of South Africa yet, so I still do submit my tax returns. Obviously I do not pay any tax to South Africa because of the double tax agreement between South Africa and the UK, that I cannot be taxed in both states. I need to be taxed in one, and right now the UK is the state that is taxing me, and so South Africa I do not pay any tax. Yeah, I think that's about it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed these answers to the questions that you've left on my previous videos. I don't know if this is something you'd like me to do often, but let me know how you guys are feeling about it. I really like the fact that I took the time to go back to those videos and answer the questions, because I don't always go back, especially after a video has been posted for quite a long time and somebody watches it recently and they leave a question for me. So I hope this was great. I hope this was enjoyable. I hope you got a little bit more insight into my career and sort of what I'm thinking at the moment. Please subscribe if you have not subscribed already, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye.